That's amazing. And if you don't mind, I want to pivot just a little bit because up until today, when we started this space, I had no idea that you're doing this Dopenomics, and I'm actually pulling up the handle and looking at it, and of course, it's got a cute picture of you with one of your daughters, I'm assuming. And so, can you tell us more about like I don't know if people know this, but for instance, you were the one who designed the tokenomics for Archway and part of the burn mechanism and everything else. So, can you tell us a little bit more about why you started this other side business and maybe how this connects to your degree in economic philosophy?
Yeah, I've been doing tokenomics consulting for quite a while. I had done a number of projects before Archway. When we were building on Archway, I ended up going to Colombia to represent Astrovault at Cosmoverse 2022. And I paid for my plane and my hotel and everything, but they paid like they covered my entrance ticket. I spent a lot of time working the booth and with the team at the after parties and everything. And we quickly realized that like we were really well aligned. They're like, hey, we're focused on economic innovation. I'm like, that's why we're here. They're like, we don't really have innovative economists. I was able to show them a couple flaws in the early model. And I'm like, well, that's my thing. So they brought me on as their full-time tokenomics lead. So for 9 months, I was actually a part of the Phi Labs company. I did tokenomics as well as BizDev, while also still building Astrovault. And we hadn't started building Outbid yet, but Astrovault as well. In July, when Archway finally went mainnet, I stepped away from the team. A lot of conflicts of interest, as well as Astrovault needed my full time help and support. But I've still always had a lot of teams like, hey, can you come please help us out with tokenomics? I'm usually happy to, but like it's a lot of time. And then especially when money was really tight, it's like, okay, I'll take a job so I can get some cash in so I can pay my developers because we're all just trying to fling by. A lot of our teams had side jobs the same way I had side job. But several months ago, I was turning down jobs that could potentially pay really well just because they were really expensive. And I had one of my team members come up to me. He's like, "Look, just for the dollar per hour you can make consulting, like it's really unwise for you to turn this down." And I'm like, "I Astrovault needs me full time." And he's like, "Let's put together some people that can help you, so it's as little time as possible, but also a bit more professional of a packaging, so they could be hiring a proper company instead of just you, and we could take a lot of stuff off of your back." So I thought that made a lot of sense. I had a lot of people that I was saying no to. I was like, "Hey, if I do this, will you guys say yes?" They're like, "Yep." So I spun up a company, a lot of upfront costs, but I signed a bunch of clients immediately, and they're all really good. I'm able to charge more. I've got awesome employees that are working for me, getting a lot of stuff done. If you see a bunch of reels and stuff coming out, I don't have to make them. I don't have to spend time doing video editing. That's fantastic. But it also helps with the deal flow for Astrovault. I'm able to work out deals where, yeah, I get some cash, but I also get tokens. And then for, like, say, vesting deals, we could do vest by legal contract instead of smart contract, where tokens can be locked up, say, on Astrovault for liquidity. Same thing that we're doing with Nibiru and anybody who comes in our private raise. Because, like, our goal isn't for them to just not sell. Our goal is for them to actively boost liquidity on Astrovault. And so it ends up being kind of more of a funnel that helps us with other biz dev efforts.
Wow, you are firing on all cylinders, my man. That is amazing. I don't know how you sleep though, now that I just like heard all that. Like on top of, you have a family and you're doing all this stuff with Astrovault and then you're doing the stuff for Dopenomics as well.